Hey, hello and welcome, rookie card collecting friends. Today is the day. Today, I'm going to be showing you the tour of the completed renovation. I know many of you have been reaching out to me either through the comment section or shooting me a DM, kind of like, hey, what is up with the construction? Where are you at with it? Well, we're getting ready to take the tour today. A word of advice going forward: when you're planning a renovation of this size, don't start it prior to the holidays. Yes, folks, this project was started in early November, uh, and with three major holidays right around the corner. And that was not a good move. And I ended up doing some of this work myself, and that just took that all the more longer because it was me doing it. So before we get into the tour, I am going to show you a couple of images uh, before the renovation, and then we'll move into the video. You ready? Then let's do it. Okay, guys, here we go. As we enter the space, you see the completion of the overall project with the help of a family member who is an interior designer by trade. Shout out to Tanya, cousin Tanya. What you see here is we went with a black sprayed ceiling with one black accent wall and a bamboo colored type flooring, and that seems to be, I guess, the trend nowadays is black with beiges and bamboo type colors. So we went with that. I really liked that color scheme, so went with that. That was probably one of the most difficult things, was to come up with a color scheme, because I am also a married man. As we move on here, so this wall right here, it's a very big wall, as you can see, and it's going to take some time to decorate this wall. I have some ideas, but for now, this is how it's going to be. This access door right here is actually a 3-foot crawl space that I have a bunch of bins and actually a large portion of my sports cards. I threw them in there for this project, and for now, they're just going to stay in there out of the way. All right, so let's talk about the desk next. I did end up getting a new desk because the old one I've had for close to 20 years, and it was just time for an upgrade. I did go with a desk called Magnus. It's made by a company called Secret Lab. It is a mechanical desk that allows you to go up and down, because at my age, if I sit too long, it hurts, and if I stand too long, it hurts. So as I am plugging away at the computer, I'm able to stand up and down however I feel the need. And I also have the desk on these dollies, as you can see here. And the reason why I did that is because Secret Lab does not make wheels for this desk yet. But I wanted the ability to move around the room, because this room is 14 feet wide by 20 feet long. So this is a spacious room. This is how come I'm having a little bit of an echo on my videos, because I don't have much on the wall and the space is too open. But don't worry, I will be remedying that in the future. But this allows me to be able to move this desk anywhere in this room. So if I want a black backdrop, I have it. If I want to move the desk and have like a corner set up, I can do that. If I want to turn the desk around and use this as a backdrop, I can, and we'll come back to that, to this wall here in just a second. But along with the desk, I ended up getting this new monitor. It's a 49-inch monitor that is an absolute game changer when it comes to productivity. It is really proven to be beneficial when it comes to content creating in any capacity. It's not a gaming monitor. Some might get mixed up with a gaming monitor. I got the very low-end graphics card because I'm not using it for gaming. I'm using it more for productivity. And you talk about, I can have 2, 3, 4 windows open at the same time, and I'm able to function from side to side, working it from all angles. So, and it's absolute game changer when it comes to editing videos. So really love this concept. It's a very comfortable workspace, and I'm excited about it. So I did end up buying two of these Husky toolboxes because they support a lot of weight, and I wanted to use it as a storage for some of my PC cards. Now, it works fantastic. I love that I'm able to utilize the wheels and able to position this thing anywhere I want. I like that it has a lock on it. I like that it can support a tremendous amount of weight. But it's one of them things, if it does have one flaw in it, and that is when you put a lot of weight in, the drawers have a tendency of opening. So what I find is as I open it and close it, if I don't secure it, it eventually opens, and then I'll come in and I'll find stuff like this because the weight just pushes the drawer open. So what I did was I'm utilizing these magnets that came with the desk that I'm not utilizing. It's more for cable management, but I end up using these, and I close it and I secure it with the magnet, and that seems to be doing the trick as far as keeping it closed. This wall and the one right behind me has these two lamps above with special bulbs in it that do change color, a wide variety of colors. So if I wanted to change or affect the background, I can have different colors. I just thought I wanted a light there anyways for the desk, and I figured, hey, let's just go all the way with it. There's another lamp there. The only problem that I'm having with these lamps, and maybe you guys can help, is I've got them on a dim switcher, but it seems like when I turn them real low, they vibrate and they flicker, and it's picking up on the camera, and that's really annoying. So I gotta call up the electrician and find out what the heck's going on with that. Maybe you guys know. You can drop a comment down below. But let's talk about this wall for a second. This wall is going to be one of my backdrop walls, and this wall I'm trying to decorate the room, but I'm not big into memorabilia. I'm not big into covering every square inch of the wall with something. I'm more simplistic in nature. I want stuff that's on my wall that has meaning, purpose, and importance to me, and I just don't throw up anything up on walls. But this was an idea that I had. I got these magnetic images, but from a company called Magnetic AI, and they basically, you upload the picture and they put these images on like a metal canvas, and so now you're able to use the metal canvas along with a magnet that they provide, and you stick it to your wall with like masking tape. That's all you're really using. And so if you need to remove it, you can remove it cleanly and not, punch a hole in your wall or anything like that. So really love the company, the concept. They did screw it up at first because the aspect ratio was off. So they kind of had to redo it again. So that I wanted the complete card on there. And the way they did the first round, it was not kosher for me. But they ended up fixing the issue. The product came out really great, and I really enjoy it. So here's the concept. Those of you who are faithful to the channel, you know the story of the rookie card and how it's evolved. I even did an entire chapter on this in my book. And so the concept is that I went to the National, I believe it was 2021 National, and I spoke to 8 dealers who were of tenure. These were folks that were dealers in the hobby for between 40 and 50 years. Some of these guys had been in every single national that there ever was. And what I asked them a specific question: how did the rookie card evolve? What is your first recollection of the rookie card? And 6 out of the 8 guys gave me the same answer. And they all claimed, those 6 gentlemen anyways, claimed that it all started with Henry Aaron back in 1974 when he broke Babe Ruth's record. There was a high interest for his first card. And then the following year, 1975, there was a lot of interest in Pete Rose. Collectors started asking, hey, never mind, the rookie cards of the veterans are cool, but what about the current day? What if we can catch these guys early enough? And so Mark Federich was the first prospect, you can say, that really started catching the attention of collectors. And then, of course, Fernando Valenzuela in 1981. And then, of course, in 1984, we had the rookie card boom caused by that card right there, 1984 Donruss, Don Mattingly. And so it's the story, the evolution of how the rookie card came to be. You can read all the details in my book, and you can find the link to that book in the show notes. I did find this piece of Michael Jordan. I did want to, decorate the walls with some really nice art. I found this image of Jordan and absolutely loved it. And it came framed out in a black frame, and just a really cool image of Jordan. Wanted Jordan to be represented well here. I'm also probably going to find a piece of art like this for Roberto Clemente, and I would love to find one for Sammy Sosa, but I know that's going to be difficult. But that's kind of the concept, the look I'm looking for in this down here. Now I am going to have a bunch of stuff on the walls here in the corner. That's going to be heavily with cards and that kind of thing. And this black wall, I'm going to have a few cases up on the wall here as well. This section of the room right here is going to end up being a reading nook. We're going to have a refrigerator, a coffee pot, a small table and chairs, and it's going to be like a reading nook. We're going to have a spiral bookcase in here, and all of that stuff is in the works of getting that all situated. I wanted to wait before it was fully furnished, but before I did this video, but needless to say, I'm utilizing this area now for a workspace, and I'm sorting cards. As you can see, that big pile of PSA cards, that's all going to be going up for sale. And so for now, it's being utilized as a workspace. Next, we get into the family room area. This is also, we are currently shopping for couches. So these couches are more than likely going to be gone. I've actually already given some of this stuff away, but I want to keep this couch here. It's a very comfortable couch. I love this couch. It's Italian leather, and it's got a sleeper in it, but it's one of them things that really doesn't match. So I really need to get rid of this couch. Now, I've heard and I've watched YouTube videos that you can paint, I guess, these types of couches any color you want. But I'm leery of that. I don't want to paint it, sit down, and then when I stand up, I have all this ink on my clothes. But I'm wondering, do you guys, have any of you ever took on a project like this? Do you recommend it? That sort of thing. Let me know in the comments down below, or you can reach out. But this is going to be changed as well. For the entertainment side of things, I did end up going with a 75-inch TV in here, and I'm going to call that good enough. Did a lot of research for this. I'm not a big TV watcher, to be honest with you. I might do an hour of quick pitch, and I might do a half hour of the world news, and that's pretty much all the TV I really watch, to be honest with you. But I may start watching some YouTube videos up in here. That might be a different experience for me. In here now, we are approaching the sports card inventory room. So this area here is where I do all of the listing and shipping and listing. This area also has its own computer monitor, complete with thermal printers, scales, tape, and this little gizmo here that I was motivated by Teapot over at the Market Movers YouTube channel, but he ended up showing one of these shelves on his channel, and I loved it. I ended up getting one you can get them through Amazon, or you can get them through Costco. If you go through Costco, it's going to be about $5 cheaper. So I ended up getting one of those, and it's money as far as holding penny sleevers, top loaders, all of your shipping supplies and needs goes in there, and it's nice and organized. Over here, I have two types of scanners that I use for what I do, and that's a flatbed and a Fujitsu scanner. And in here also backup supplies, tools needed to do the job. Back here is the inventory Off to the left-hand side are dollar boxes that I plan on selling during the National. I've been building up those dollar boxes. I'm just going to sell them to a dealer. I got a couple of people lined up already who may be interested, and a lot of that stuff's going to be going in that. So, with that said, this is basically a closet here that I've utilized for. I just threw a couple of bookshelves in there. I started to paint one of these bookshelves, and it was just, I found it an enormous amount of time and work it took me to paint one. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'll just go buy one if that's the case. But for now, I just threw them in here. Not a big deal. Don't really need them right now, but they are being utilized for a wide variety of things. So this entire section here is about 12 feet by 10 feet. And that's including the closet, but it's significant enough for what I'm doing. I have a very small eBay store business, and it's not anything that I'm needing any more space right now. For now, it does the job just fine. If I need more space, I can move these shelves because they're also on wheels. I can scroll them around, or get them out of the way, and bring in a table if I need more working station or more storage or what have you. I can also get more of these shelvings, and I can go higher with them. I can put this one shelf on top of the other one and double up the shelf if needed. Right now, I say not needed. What I have here is plenty big enough for my needs. We also have a full bathroom down here. And I ended up doing all of the trim work, and I hung all the doors and all of that. But you see this beadboard in the back, this paneling. It looks beautiful, but can I tell you that is a lot of work. There's a lot of meticulous, tedious steps into putting that together. But overall, happy with the end result there. And as we come through the hallway here, we come into our gym area, complete with a 55-inch screen TV and some exercise equipment that we have. We did another black accent wall back there, and we left that wall cement so that we can take this medicine ball and throw it up against the wall. One of my wife's favorite exercises to do. And this is our mechanical room in here. The walls are decorated with the posters of the marathons that my wife has ran, and I'll be honest with you guys, really pleased with how this area came out. And I'll be honest with you, the area where I kind of shot short was in the flooring. In the original game plan to this floors, I did not project the floors to cost as much as they have, especially here. When I was looking at my choices, I really wanted this floor, but this floor, it's, I believe, 3/4 of an inch thick, if I'm not mistaken. But this flooring is expensive, and that's where I feel like when I was planning for this project, fell a little short. The same goes with this flooring as well. It was a little bit more than I anticipated. So I would recommend that if you ever get into a project like this, do some extra research on the flooring. Really pick out the one you want and know the cost before you, because I ended up picking the flooring at the time I needed it, and we didn't like a lot of the options that were available to us. We loved this one, but it came at a cost, and that's kind of where we went over budget, but we got her done, needless to say. With all that said, folks, that concludes the renovation video. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, you are my kind of people. Please consider subscribing. At the very least, hit that thumbs up button. Somewhere around here, I'm also going to leave you a link to a video titled, "Can the Average Person Really Afford Today's Expensive Hobby?" Check it out there. And remember, my friends, before I leave you, not all rookie cards are created equal. Until next time, buenos nachos, muchachos.